As a leader, you are asked to motivate teams, sell to customers, and inspire your investors as well as your executives. That is one tall order. But have you seen leaders who can do this in one fell swoop, seemingly with no effort at all? I can guarantee you that it took that person years to hone the skill of being able to tell a story that moves hearts and minds. And most leaders go about this through pure trial and error, which means it may take him or her 20 or 30 years to really get good at this storytelling skill. What if I told you that we could speed up that process? What if I told you that we've boiled the art of storytelling down to a science? And what if I told you that instead of working on it for 10 years through trial and error, you can start getting better at it today? The storytelling class that I offer does just that. We boil the art of storytelling down to a science. You see, I've worked 16 years in product management, and in this role, I had no direct authority over my team. They did not report to me. But I was responsible for motivating them and getting product out the door. So it was a storytelling challenge like no other. And I believe there has to be a better way. After all these years of trial and error, there has to be a better way of boiling this system down to a methodology that can be followed. And I did just that. I took my engineering science background, combined with my experience in product management, and I worked with an actor who also had 16 years of experience, but working as a storyteller on stage. And we combined those learnings into this product maestro storytelling methodology, which is what we teach in this class. My class is unique for 3 reasons. The first is that this class focuses on the science of storytelling and not the art. Most classes that you find out there will teach you about how to write a fictional story, how to create a movie, and one big story arc. The reality is that in business, we tell a million small stories every day. So you need a reliable methodology that can help you create stories that are compelling each and every time. And that's what we focus on. The second reason this class is unique is that we treat storytelling through an end-to-end MVP approach. A lot of classes out there teach you one aspect of storytelling. They might teach you how to write a book, or write a movie, or how to act and deliver a story. But they don't necessarily tie all the pieces together, and that's what we need, because we're writing a million small stories. So we comprehensively teach you the most important part of both crafting the story and delivering the story. We take an end-to-end MVP approach to storytelling so that you can ship a story by the end of the class. And you would know the entire methodology that you can reapply to the next story that you generate. The third and most important reason that this class is unique is that you're not just buying a bunch of videos. My students tell me that the most valuable part of the class is getting feedback from me, getting personalized feedback on their specific storytelling challenge. There are many videos on the internet on storytelling in general, and of course, they may focus on components of it, but the reality is you can get a lot of material out there. But if you're serious about amplifying your influence and building your storytelling skills, then you need feedback on your specific storytelling style. I work with my students directly and help them understand what they're good at from a storytelling perspective. I give them feedback on their assignments, and I help them evolve their influence and their storytelling. And because we take real-life storytelling challenges during this class and evolve it over the course of this class, rather than waiting 10 years to get better at influence, we start seeing results in just 8 weeks. How does the class work, you ask? Well, there are 3 components to it. The first is pre-recorded videos that you can go at your own pace. The second is a private Slack community where you can get feedback on your stories and your assignments from me, as well as other students. And the third is a weekly live office hour with me, so you can get your questions answered. My students have found that this combination allowed them to take a skill, the skill of influence, which would normally take them 10 years to hone, and they can start making headway in just 8 weeks with me. Let's hear what they have to say about the class.
So one of Connie's superpower is that she is able to connect with people, and she's able to empathize with where you're coming from, and then being able to shape the messaging in the story so that you understand it on your own terms. I decided I wanted to take Connie's class because I felt that storytelling is something that's very important to convey our message, both in terms of our vision, the challenges that we face, as well as the milestone to get to our vision. What she teaches in class, we really get to implement in real life. So one of my favorite modules that we learned from Connie was essentially how to segment people, your audience, into different groups. So going in and recognizing who you're talking to may sound easy, but I think it takes a little bit of practice and some fundamental basis to be able to identify and then build a story around it in order to essentially convince them of a certain outcome. So before taking Connie's class, I used to stress over public speaking, really stress over it. And ever since I've taken Connie's class and also worked with her through the different storyline of presentation, what I'm really amazed about is it just takes her a second. She'll just say, okay, what does this mean to you? Connect it back to yourself, and then bring that emotion to the story. And then everything just flows. So I think this is one of those magic moments for me in terms of public speaking and telling my own story. As CEO, we have to be able to connect our passion into the product and to the company itself. And so Connie essentially has opened a whole new world for me where the stories that I tell, I'm not afraid to essentially bring my own passion out into the public and learn how to take that to shape the message that I need to convey.
My name is Jay. I'm a product manager. Well, Connie's classes were fun. The feedback received from homework sessions were not just useful, but very meaningful. And you will notice that Connie puts in a lot of time to provide personal feedback, and just that makes attending the class so much more valuable. So not only has the class given me confidence, but also a toolkit to become a better storyteller. For example, I now follow a structure to come up with a pitch to influence my customers and executives. Well, I would definitely recommend other leaders to take this class. The class helps you figure out your natural style and helps you appeal to your audience's style, thus making your pitch incredibly powerful. By taking this class, it'll help you leapfrog the learning curve. The sooner you take it, the better.
Join me today and start amplifying your influence through storytelling. I hope to see you in class.